Hey everyone, it's Kimberly with I Dream a Lot on eBay, Poshmark, Etsy, and YouTube. Today is September 6, 2023, and I am going to be talking about what has sold for me on eBay from, let's see, we are going to go ahead and cover August 21st through today, September 6th. So I will go ahead and scroll down, and I believe, let's see, we kind of left off, yeah, so the last thing I had talked about in my last What Sold video were these little Asian vases. So we will start here. So I do have some numbers for you. 31 items sold for a total of $989.17, minus $41.34 for taxes and any sort of like fees if there were international sales. Sometimes eBay collects fees, but most of that is state tax for those buyers who live in states where there is state tax. eBay goes, oh my gosh, can I talk? eBay collects those taxes. And then $406.37 for eBay fees and shipping labels. So I had a total of net sales, so that's basically what goes into my bank account, of $541.46. Not great. However, I'm getting rid of some old inventory, which is great. And hopefully in the next few months, I will start to see that increase, that number, that net sales increase, slowly but surely. We are getting there. Again, it was 31 items. So I usually am just around $4 an item. However, quite a few of these sales were like items that I picked up for $1. But to be fair, at the end of the year, most of my items, or I'm sorry, oh my gosh, you guys, it's late. It's 8, well, it's not late, but it's late for me. It's like 8 o'clock at night. I worked all day, and I'm trying to get this What Sold video done. Okay, so I just want my average sale price to continue to increase. I want to get rid of old items so that that net sale price, net profit, continues to increase. I am looking to net at least $1,000 a week. That is my goal. That is a totally doable goal, especially once I get rid of this old inventory. But this is going to take a few months because I don't have a lot of time each week to dedicate to my eBay business. So it's very part-time. But I think once I clear out this old inventory and I'm just able to get more organized, I have a couple meetings scheduled this weekend with people who live in my development who do editing and things like that. So that's going to help out this part of my business. So slowly but surely we are getting there. All right, well, let's jump into it. And if you guys haven't seen the video that I posted earlier today, you may want to check that out in terms of something that I noticed a few months ago, but I hadn't said anything about it. But I did a video on eBay comps. So anyway, take a look at that. If I knew how to edit, if I knew what the heck I was doing, I could post a link in this video for that video. But Hence why I'm hiring somebody to do all that, because I don't have time to add anything else to my plate in terms of training and learning how to use this technology. I'm sure it's not that difficult, but it's just not where I want to spend my time right now. So that's that. All right, let's jump into it. First item is this women's J. Jill Love Linen dress. It says right there that it sold for $49.99. However, that is incorrect. I accepted an offer of $30 on that dress, and it was listed maybe about a month. I would definitely pick that up again. It was only a size small. It was new with tags. If it was a larger size, I would definitely pick it up, whether it was pre-owned or obviously new with tags, of course. Size small, if it was pre-owned, it would have to be in very good condition for me to pick it up. Next is an old item. I've had this for a couple of years in my inventory. It was something I picked up on Dollar Day at the Goodwill. These are Old Navy women's green like chino pants, just cotton, ankle length. They were a women's size 14 and they sold for $19.99. Next is a Loft floral, just little baby doll tank top. This was new with tags. It was a size medium. I've had it listed for about a month and it sold on an offer. I believe that went for, I want to say, yeah, it was $17.78. All right, next is a Soma dress. This was a new with tags size large dress. It had a built-in bra. I love selling Soma. I pretty much pick anything up that's Soma that is in good condition and that I can get, you know, for $5 or under. However, I paid up for this dress. I think I paid $10 or $15, but I knew it would sell. Even though it was at the end of the warm season. I mean, we're heading into fall. People aren't really searching out sundresses, but it did sell on an offer of, I believe, $30. So, plus my buyers pay shipping on everything. Every so often a free shipping sneaks in there, but my business model is to charge for shipping. We are not going to talk about this LuLaRoe dress because the buyer asked to cancel that order. Next is just this little boho crochet lace little tank top. It was very nice. It was in excellent condition. Looked like it had never been worn. It was a size medium. I used festival and boho as keywords. And yeah, not much to say about that. It took about a month to sell, and it sold on an offer of, I have my computer pulled up, so that's why I'm pausing. It sold for a total of $16.30. So that includes shipping. I think I accepted like a $10 or $11 offer. Next is a Lilly Pulitzer women's tunic dress. This was more like a cover-up that you'd wear at the beach, like over a bathing suit. And this was listed for a few weeks. It was a size medium, just a very lightweight cotton dress, and it sold for $24.99 plus the buyer paid shipping. Next is a vintage Y2K women's red dress. This was very Y2K. It kind of had that handkerchief hemline. Yeah, just really cute. Very like late 90s, early 2000s. And it sold on an offer. I believe it sold for a total of $38.30, but that includes shipping. And so I believe the offer was around $27. Next is a pair of Bryn Walker linen pants. These were in okay condition. I mean, there was no like damage, no holes or anything like that. But they had stains, so I listed them very low at $19.99, and they sold within, I think, like an hour or something. These Bryn Walker garments are very expensive. People look for them on the resale market because they are expensive. And a lot of times, you know, with these types of clothing like Lag and Look, you know, garments that, you know, teachers are wearing or artists, they don't mind if there's, you know, a few little stains. And these weren't horrible stains. They were just a couple black marks. So someone may be able to stain treat them and at least get the black marks to fade a little bit. But yeah, these pants were still in very good condition. So Bryn Walker, yes, I will pick those up all day long if I can find them. Next is a new Spartina little wine caddy tote bag. This was listed probably about a month, and it's sold for $19.99 and the buyer paid shipping. I'm sorry, this sold on an offer of $17.99 and the buyer paid shipping as well. Next, yes, I would pick that up again, even though it doesn't meet my desired minimum $30 you know, sale price, but I like to throw in you know, lower priced items here and there, as long as they have a very high sell-through rate. That just kind of keeps activity going in my store. All right, next is an Anthropologie top. This is Florite. It was a size 16. It was just this long sleeve, kind of flowy, embroidered, very, you know, romantic, feminine, boho top, button up, very just kind of relaxed fit, casual. And it sold, I believe I accepted an offer, but no, it sold for $18.99 plus the buyer paid shipping. All right, next is a vintage midi skirt. This was just a pull-on, stretchy, kind of almost like A-line, but midi length leopard print skirt, very kind of retro, Y2K. And this sold for a total, this was an international sale, so the person paid a total of $37.99. And it says my net was $34.05. I don't know how that could be correct because yeah, that's not correct. So basically, I'm just looking at my laptop and eBay isn't accounting for the other labels. So basically this skirt, you know, sold for $20. The shipping that I had to do just to the distribution center where everything, kind of the hub, and then it goes on to like a large, not pallet, but something like that, and then it gets shipped to whatever country it's going to. So I think I had to pay around $4 or $5. So I charged $8 for shipping, so I probably, you know, made a few dollars on the shipping, which happens because we do get a discount on shipping. So, all right, next is a pair of vintage palazzo pants. These were just pull-on black, very flowy, lined, kind of late 80s, early 90s pants. I've had these for a few years, so I accepted an offer of $16 and the buyer paid shipping. I did not mind accepting that offer because, again, this is in my inventory that I've had for a few years. So need to get that stuff sold. Next is a women's 80s like vintage belt, braided nylon. It was like gold and green, kind of that twisted rope. I think it had like some gold detail, like gold rings, and it sold for $14.99 and the buyer paid $8 in shipping. And again, I pick these types of belts up all the time. I've sold a few over this summer. Yeah, I think I sold a few of these this past summer. I still have one or two listed. Belts don't take up a lot of space and they're so easy to list, photograph, and I usually pick them up between $1 and $2. Next is the Limited wrap dress. So this is by the Limited. It was a size 2X, dark blue, very stretchy, had like kind of ruffle edges almost, and it sold within I believe it was a week that I had that listed, and it sold for $20 plus the buyer paid shipping. So again, it doesn't meet that $30 mark that I'm trying to consistently hit, but it sold within a week, and yeah. So again, just more activity in my eBay store will help me get to the top of the search. When people are searching items, if I have that item, I will, the more activity you have in your store, the higher in the search results your items will be placed. All right, next I had a buyer who bought both of these LL Bean tops. These were size 3X, Supima cotton. They were in excellent condition. One of them was like a kind of a round, almost boat neck, and then the other one was a V-neck. I listed them separately because I just didn't know if someone would want a V-neck or vice versa. I know that I'm weird about my necklines, so I went ahead and listed them separately. And of course, someone messaged me, I think it was the same day or the next day after I listed them, and asked if they could purchase both and get a discount on the shipping, which I said, yes, of course, go ahead and accept my offer on these and don't pay for anything until I send you an invoice. I figured out the shipping, and yeah, so they only ended up paying, I think, a little over $9 in shipping rather than like 13 or 14. And I sent out an offer on each of these. I believe it was for $17.99 or $17.77, something like that. Next is a pair of vintage Victoria's Secret velour track pants. These sold, I sent out an offer of I'm sorry. Someone sent me an offer and I accepted, just because I haven't had a lot of interest in these pants, and I think it's because they're a size extra small. So I went ahead and accepted the offer of $14.99. I would probably go ahead and pick these up again in larger sizes, but I probably wouldn't bother with the extra small, just because selling them for around $15 just isn't worth my time. But I will say they were only listed about a month at the most. So if you, no, yeah, they were definitely listed about a month. If you do not mind selling items for, $15, $20, then I would say this is a good item to pick up no matter what size. Next is this baseball cap. It was like this protective hat, kind of helmet, head protection. I don't know how to describe it, but something that someone would wear when they're playing baseball. And I knew nothing about it, but I assumed it was probably, worth definitely more than the $1 I paid. Yes, I paid $1 for that item. And sure enough, they had a great sell-through rate. There were only a few listed, and they sell pretty, for $40 to $75, depending if they're new or not. Mine was used, and I accepted an offer of $32.45, and the buyer paid shipping. Next is a vintage women's plus size dress. So this was a 3X. It was that 90s style maxi dress with the little tie, like waist tie that ties in the back. Very like dainty floral print, just nice cotton dress. It was in excellent condition, but there was a little makeup stain on the collar. I'm sure it'll come out in the wash, but I didn't bother with that. I used keywords like teacher, modest, vintage, and that sold on an offer of $28. And that took about maybe 3 or 4 weeks. So I would definitely pick that up again. I pick up these style of dresses all the time if they're in good condition, and I can get them for, depending on the brand, anywhere, $4, $5, $6, even $7. I mean, if this was like Ralph Lauren, I mean, I'm definitely going to get it for $7 or $8 even, because I know it'll probably sell for 40 or 50. Next is an Athleta top. I've had this listed for about 4 or 5 weeks. They had a pretty good sell-through rate, and a lot of them were listed for, $30, $40, even $50. I listed mine for $29.99, and it seemed like I had a lot of interest. I was sending offers, but no one was accepting, and then someone finally accepted an offer of I think it was about $25. And so so that sold for a total, including shipping, $34.01. And yes, I would definitely pick that up again. Next is a pair of 7 jeans. These reminded me of the Dojo jeans by 7 for All Mankind. So my main picture, as you can see here, is the back pockets, because they were very similar. These were a women's boot cut jean, and they were a size 18, which is why I got them. I wouldn't have purchased these for resale if they were a smaller size. But I knew they would do well in the larger sizes, so I went ahead and picked those up, and they sold within a few days for $19.99 plus the buyer paid shipping. Next is kind of a funny sale. This was just this little Aeropostale women's skirt, really like a junior size medium, pleated, like skater skirt, elastic waist, pull-on, just super basic. I've had this listed forever, at least 3 or 4 years. Actually, it may even be, honestly, guys, like 5 years when I first started seriously reselling. Anyway, yeah, it sold for $13.99 plus the buyer paid shipping. And yeah, they really wanted that. So happy to see that go. Next is a Coldwater Creek blouse. This was a silk blend, like silk and cotton embroidered wrap top. Very nice. It had a little stain on the top of the shoulder. I'm pretty sure if someone stain treats it, it will probably come out. But I have been sending out offers, I don't know, over the last couple months. Someone finally accepted an offer, and I think, especially because it was a size 16, I think if it did not have the stain, I think I definitely could have gotten at least $20. It was a really beautiful top. But I accepted an offer, and the buyer paid a total of $21.12. That includes shipping. So I believe the offer was around $15. Next is a Maggie Barnes women's plus size linen blend top. This was a button-up shirt with 3/4 sleeves. It was a size 5X. Maggie Barnes pretty much has a 100% sell-through rate, I think in 3X, 4X, and 5X, if I'm not mistaken. So I pick up Maggie Barnes all the time if it's in good condition. This was obviously great because it was brand new. It had the tags on it, and it sold for $25.99. Quite honestly, I thought this would have sold a lot faster. I've had this listed for at least 5 weeks, maybe a little longer. But it finally sold, so that was great, and yes, I would definitely pick that up again. Next is a pair of Dress Barn, like capri, almost cargo style pants. They were very lightweight. They were new with tags, and they were an 18W. Those are the reasons why I went ahead and picked them up. I believe I got these for like $2, so that was one factor. The size was another factor. New with tags was another factor. And the style of pants. So these pants are great for outdoor activities, especially during warm weather because they were lightweight. So for all those factors, I picked them up. If any of those factors were missing, I would have left them behind. For example, if they were not new with tags, I would have left them behind. They sold, I believe, on an offer. Let me look here on my computer. They sold for a total, I guess they must have paid full price because they sold for a total of $35.61. So yeah, they bought them for $24.99. So that was a great little sale. I've had them listed maybe 3 weeks. So I would pick those up again. Next is a pair of J. Jill pants. These were cropped length. They were wide, like a wide leg, pull-on stretchy. These are from the Wherever collection. They were a size XL petite, and I accepted an offer of $30, and the buyer paid shipping. I pick up J. Jill if I can get it at a good price, so, under $6 or $7. And it's a larger size and in very good condition. Something that I also consider is the fabric. So if something is, linen or silk and a larger size and good condition, I will definitely pick it up. Next is a White House Black Market little leopard print skirt. I've had this for at least a couple years, and I accepted an offer, or I sent out offers, and this sold for a total of $27.32. And so I believe the offer was $17.77, plus they paid the shipping. I probably would not pick that up again. It took like 2 or 3 years to sell. Next is a Pyrex saucepan. This was the amber, like that brown color, made in USA. This was not in good condition. It didn't have any chips, but it was very stained on the inside. And I've had this for a long time, and then I finally decided I'm just going to throw it in the dishwasher. I'm not scrubbing it. I'm not doing anything. I don't have time for that. And I'm just going to list it and get it out of here, hopefully. And it only took about a month to sell. And obviously I listed it low because these pans, these glass pots and pans can sell for pretty good money. This sold for $12.99, and then obviously they paid shipping as well. So that worked out. My last 2 items sold today. These were both great sales. This dress, this was a beautiful sequin, beautiful beaded, like formal dress, kind of like a midi length, not kind of, but a midi length, very elegant. It kind of reminded me of that Marilyn Monroe dress that she wore when she sang Happy Birthday to the president. And yeah, so I used Marilyn. I put that in there. Elegant, formal dress, beaded. It was sleeveless. I had it listed for $100. Someone sent me an offer for $75. I accepted, and they paid right away. So that was excellent. And then the last item that sold is a pair of these really beautiful, these are in beautiful condition, Ann Taylor block heel tall boots. They had like a high heel. I used Western boho. They were a size 6, so pretty small. I accepted an offer of $27, plus they paid shipping, and I made a few dollars there as well. So I made right around that $30 mark, which was great. So that is it, guys. Those are my sales for the last couple of weeks. things are improving in terms of me just picking up better items. And when I say better items, I mean items that have a higher sell-through rate. In the past, I have been extremely guilty of, oh, I'm going to get this, it's only $1. Oh, I'm going to get this, it's only a couple of dollars. Oh, I'm going to get this, and if it doesn't fit, then I'll just sell it. And I'm so done with that. I am doing so much better in the thrift stores, looking up comps if I'm not sure of a comp. Certain things I know, like plus size clothing. I know a lot of those brands now. And I'm pretty good at just, picking those items up and not having to check comps. But I'm doing a lot better on comps. I'm putting stuff back. I'm being very picky, and it's paying off because I am selling items within 3 or 4 weeks, and I love it. And then mixed in there, I'm starting to sell some of those older items. So I think just listing consistently, which I can actually do a lot better, but listing good items that are selling, that are, bringing more activity to my store is also helping me get rid of those older items. So I'm super excited, looking forward to the day that everything can once again just fit in my on my nice shelves that I have set up in the garage. Right now, all my old inventory is down there, and all my newer inventory is up here in bins, obviously organized, but I want all the bins in the garage. So that way I can organize my eBay office and make it super cute in here, and not just cute, but very functional, and have a better space to do videos and things like that. So in the future, you guys, I am going to figure this video thing out, and we are going to have much better what sold videos. So thank you for hanging in there with me while I navigate this technology and just figure all this out. I'm loving doing the videos. It gives me something, just to kind of get creative with and look forward to after a long day at work. So that is it. Look for another what sold video within the next day or two, and I will go through my Poshmark sales. All right, guys, have a good night, and just remember to hit that like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Thanks a lot. Bye.